The 3-second filter system is going to change your travel and landscape photography. You don't want to spend hundreds, if not thousands, on filters. You don't want all this gear clogging up your camera bag. If that sounds like you, I have a solution just for you. What is it? Stick around and roll that intro. Yo, g'day guys and girls, and thank you for joining me today. What if I told you that I can change any filter in my camera bag in under 3 seconds? I've reduced the amount of space the filters take up in my camera bag, and I've increased the security on every single lens in my camera bag. I know, it sounds too good to be true, but it's not. This filter system I'm about to show you has done all that plus more. But before we get into that, if you're new to this channel, I'm Matthew Stewart, a travel and landscape photographer from Australia, traveling to least explored countries, showcasing the beauty and diversity of this world through my photography on this channel. So if that interests you, please drop below and subscribe for future content. I would love to have you stick around. Any filter in under 3 seconds. That's what we're talking about today. I reached out to a company called Freewell. I reached out to them about 6 months ago because they are creating a product that is tailor-made for people just like me. Want to shoot on top of a mountain, next to a river, or in all types of conditions camping. I want durability, I want the best quality conditions, and increase the portability of my gear. And that is what Freewell have done. Now, before we get into any of this, this is not a paid sponsorship product. Yes, I got the product from Freewell for free as an ambassador, but every single word coming out of my mouth is not from a robot from Freewell. It is from my personal use of using this gear. And let me tell you, I absolutely love it. What I want to get into today is how quickly and easy I can change a polarizer in under 3 seconds and increase the security of the front of this lens. I'm going to get onto this filter system on a completely separate vlog, the ins and outs, the step-up rings, the filters, whatever. So if you want to see more of that, please drop below and subscribe for future content. But today we've got about an hour walk under our belt to test out this under 3 second filter system. Let's go.
All around there's no one but you. Here, hold my heart. Stranger sound gets around us two. In between our sparks, you come and go like a monsoon rain. You hide and show like a lightning bolt. You have it all.
Okay, so I've made it to the waterfall, as you can see directly behind me. A little bit of a longer walk than I initially thought, about 1 hour, but it's bloody good to be out, stretching my legs, smelling nature, and just be outdoors. I've been a pretty busy man indoors lately, and it's very frustrating to just sit inside. The conditions are not perfect here today, and what I mean by that is, all the leaves off the trees are completely gone, but outside of this bubble that I'm in right now here in Bohinj, conditions are not perfect in Slovenia. So what I'm trying to do with least perfect conditions is go to new locations, find new grounds that I can shoot, and work compositions. So when I come back in June, July, August, when all this is going to be green and lush, I know what I want to shoot, how I want to shoot it, and improve that image that I've already captured by that 10, 15%. But also we're out here to talk about this filter, this 3 second filter that I guarantee will change the way you travel with filters.
All around there's no one but you. Here, hold my heart. Stranger sound gets around us two. In between our sparks, you come and go like a monsoon rain. You had a show.
Okay guys and girls, so I finally get the composition all set up. But before I take you through the composition, I want to talk about this 3 second filter that you're all here for that is going to change your travel and landscape photography forever. Forever, like it has mine. Put yourself in my shoes. You're sitting there, but put yourself in my shoes. The tripod is quite difficult to set up because there's quite a lot of water surrounding me, obviously, and there's also quite uneven solid ground. So anything I add previously, I used to use the 100mm square format high-tech setup. Now, as fantastic as they were very expensive, and I was always worried about breaking that. Trying to put that system on right now would be very difficult, and it also is about 500 pounds. So that wouldn't work for me. Then I tried to make my own perfect filter system from Format High-Tech, from Manfrotto and other brands out there. But it became quite heavy, quite chunky, and I was getting close back to that Format High-Tech case I was carrying around, which I hated to carry around. Then last year comes Freewell. Freewell have changed the way travel and landscape photographers and even adventure photographers use filter systems. That's what I want to take you through right now. The first thing is the lens cap. Now, it's like any old bloody lens cap, but the cool thing is the filter is already on there right now. We couldn't do that with our original lens cap. So already transportation, it's very hard. I know I can bring it down these rocks, and the front element and the filter is secure. Very good, because I don't want things to break, as I said, with that Format High-Tech. The second thing is I can still take the filter off, and the magnetic field is right in front of me. So if I don't want to shoot with a filter, or I do want to shoot with a filter, or I want to transport it back without a filter, I can tuck the lens cap back on, and it's safe as houses. I want to get into all this and more with the Freewell system, plus step-up rings on a future vlog. So if this does really interest you, please subscribe, because there is so much more to come from this company. I'm telling you guys, they are changing the way I shoot my images. So let's talk about the composition right now. Right in front of me, I've got just a few lead lines that I've tried to create with the water. Now, I've tried to eliminate all this dead space because of all the dead trees. So I'm zooming up just past 35mm. And that's basically cutting off with the green moss and the leading lines of the waterfall, which I'm going to make with hopefully a little bit of silky water. So without the polarizer attached, I'm going to go through and do all my settings. So 160 ISO, I'm just going to bump this aperture up because it's going to reduce the shutter speed. So f11, and then by the time I add this on, it should get it around to 0.3 of a second, hopefully. Then I'm going to put 2-second timer. Filter is on, filter is attached. And capture this image. Guys, it is that easy to capture an image. This is what Freewell is doing to my photography. Here is this image, guys. Okay, so I don't encourage anyone to do this, but I know you're a photographer because you are watching this. So you will do anything to get the composition just perfect. I tried to put the camera there, it didn't work out with the composition. So I've had to put it mostly in the water, and also me standing in the water. But as photographers, we know we'd be probably too scared to get our camera gear out here, and especially those filters, because once we drop it, goodbye Irene, she is gone. But Freewell has put the faith back in filter systems. I've got no problem taking this on and off and putting it in my jacket. So how do I know if it's obviously working or not in polarizing? This is another great thing. Rather than just chucking it on and moving it around, we can just get our eye and move it. So for me, the polarizer works beautifully just there. So I don't move it. The polarizer is engaging and getting rid of that glare. That is not the only thing. So I want to touch more about this when I do the complete vlog, talking about the whole beautiful ins and outs of this filter system. But sometimes we don't always want to use a filter. This is the negative and positive about filter systems. But the good thing is I can put a 2-second timer on and capture that image. But say there's something in the image that I don't want to capture with a polarizer. I can just very carefully move it off and get the same image without a polarizer and blend that together in post-production. But there's a third thing. Here comes Freewell again. We line it up, okay, it works perfectly just there, and we put it on, let's say f8. We want to shoot as sharp as f8. And you think, damn, it's 1/20. I'm not getting that smooth water because there's a magnetic field just in front, as I showed you with the lens cap. We can say that this is another filter. So an ND1000, put a 10 stop on, and we're getting another image out of this with the silky water. Guys, Freewell has made it so easy. And the magnetic system in there is almost perfect. Don't feel like it's gonna sit here and just fall off. It just works perfectly for me. I can put myself in this situation and put full faith in my camera gear and just capture the bloody image. It's why we buy camera gear, to use it and capture the images. But talking about this image here, I've got some leading lines shooting a little bit wider with a waterfall in the background. The waterfall isn't super impressive. I think we have to come back in that June, July time as I spoke. So f8, I'm actually shooting 2 images because I haven't got filters with me at the moment. They're still waiting to come. So f8 and f22, and I'm going to blend that silky water in post-production. It's giving me 1/6 with the polarizer. Just even that, you can just move it a little bit to engage it just perfectly. Histogram looks absolutely perfect. And capture that image. Now I'm going to go to f22, giving me 1.3 seconds, still 2-second timer and polarizer, and I've got that silky water. So I'm going to blend those 2 images together to get a sharp image all the way through with silky water. But how bloody good is this Freewell system? So good. Here's the image. Right, made it back in one piece, and there you have that image, guys, of the Freewell filter system. Now, lastly, the cool thing is about this is if you're shooting all day like I am today, walking around, getting different images, and you want to keep the filter on, literally just put the cap on, and I know this is actually stronger than my old plastic cap, and it can just go straight into my camera bag like that. Absolutely fantastic. Soon my whole bag is going to be like this. But guys, this is not a sponsored content. Yes, I am an ambassador for Freewell, but I actually reached out to them because they basically made the product that I was trying to make 1 year ago. So 6 months ago, I reached out to them and said, you are basically making exactly what I want. Here's what I want to do. Here's how we can work together. And soon we're going to have a complete bundle of what I need for my camera bag. And that's what I want to take you guys through. Everything from filters to lens cap to step-up rings, everything is working perfectly with the Freewell system. I'm not just saying this, guys. I have worked 5 years to get this filter system. And as I said, I reached out to them. It is a perfect combination of what I need, and they just happened to make it. I'll put the link in the description to their website below. If you have any questions, please don't be afraid to email me. I can answer everything that you need, or email them directly. Harry, the guy that runs it, is a very nice chap, and he'll be sure to answer all your questions. But guys, this is a fantastic system, definitely designed for the travel photographer and travel filmmaker also. I'm recording on the Freewell Variable ND, and there's plenty more to come from these guys. They're an absolutely fantastic brand. And also there's plenty more to come from me. But guys, if you love this content, please like, subscribe, and share. I appreciate everything. The link for the workshops are in the description below. But guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you think of this Freewell system? Does it interest you? Do you want to shout out and ask me a few questions? I'm dead keen to answer them, but I'll definitely see you guys on the next one. Ciao. See how easy it is to change the filter